Hello, everyone. My name is Mikey McCoy. I had the unique honor, blessing, and privilege of a lifetime to not only call Charlie a precious friend, mentor, but to travel with him literally everywhere.
Mikey McCoy, the Chief of Staff for TPUSA, is finally speaking after weeks of silence. And his purported relationship with Erika Kirk has become the next online fad. He is now addressing the charges, the assertions, and the contradicting information regarding their affair. Statements made in the wake of Charlie Kirk's unexplained death. In this film, we reveal Mikey McCoy's true words, the scandals that rocked TPUSA to its foundation, and the shot that ignited a firestorm. According to reports, like countless others before it, the rally got underway. Cameras recording every action, flags flying, and Charlie Kirk speaking to a crowd that had grown to view him as more than just a political figure, rather as a symbol. Then, without the afternoon was broken by the sound of a single gunshot. The crowd erupted in panic as Kirk collapsed, his body crashed.
As everyone else rushed to Charlie's aid and carried him to an SUV and to jet him to a hospital, this guy, Mikey McCoy, can be seen walking away in the distance, completely ignorant of whatever it is that's happening to Charlie.
Crashing into the stage rail. Security hurried, people screamed, and the once orderly gathering turned, chaotic in a matter of seconds. Man's actions, however, stood out in the midst of the pandemonium. Mikey McCoy, head of staff at Turning Point USA, he was standing right behind Kirk when the shot was taken. According to surveillance footage, he turns, puts a phone to his ear, and leaves the area less than a second later. Just a call, no hesitation, no obvious worry. Soon, that phone call would serve as the focal point of a developing dispute. The widow, Erika Kirk, attested that McCoy was the first to get in touch with her. She remembered him yelling, "He's been shot," and described his tone as controlled yet panicked. Mikey's father, Pastor Rob McCoy, would later give a completely different account, claiming that his son had contacted him first and asked him to pray for Charlie. Uncertainty remains after 2 calls, 2 accounts, and 1 truth. Since then, analysts have observed that the 2 claims are incompatible with one another. The first 60 seconds after the shooting are crucial for investigators. Depending on who McCoy phoned first, he was either anticipating the calamity or responding to it. Digital evidence has been examined by authorities, but no results have been made public. In the quiet, conjecture prospers. Frame by frame, online forums have analyzed the video, debating McCoy's manner, composure, timing, and movement direction. Some refer to it as shock, whereas others something quite different. Thus, the story started to diverge after a single phone conversation. A moment that formerly denoted urgency now represents uncertainty. The distinction between participant and witness becomes hazy, and what started out as tragedy becomes more like a plot. Mikey McCoy, who is great. Erika Kirk made her public debut 2 days after the shooting. Millions watched the live video, which showed a woman with swollen eyes and a solid posture, both grieving and managing. Her organization was in disarray, and her husband had passed away. However, her remarks conveyed the controlled rhythm of a person who was aware that everyone was paying attention. She started by expressing gratitude to the employees of Turning Point USA for their resilience throughout the crisis. When she got to one, her voice faltered for a moment. The incredible Mikey McCoy. Even though the statement was short and impromptu, it would instantly splinter popular opinion. That one line became one in the days after the telecast. One of the tragedy's most often replayed scenes. For some, it was an opportunity to express gratitude to a devoted helper who had entered the pandemonium and attempted to bring order back. Others perceived it as a subtle signal, a defense, or even a covert alliance aimed at a man who is currently the target of growing suspicion regarding our pivotal moment with a large family. However, I want all of you to be able to view the old freedom from the back of it. According to reports, McCoy had been with Erika virtually non-stop since the shooting. The Singju Post and the New York Times reported on internal TPUSA correspondence that said McCoy was in charge of all crisis management activities, working with law enforcement and protecting Erika from the media frenzy. Public curiosity was only heightened by his access, his poise, and his closeness to the widow and the victim. Legal experts point out that Erika's decision-off words, incredible rather than brave or devoted, held weight on an emotional level rather than an operational one. According to one behavioral specialist, whether consciously or unconsciously, people reveal their inner alignments in times of trauma. Online stories can be shaped by that one adjective for months. The reaction was divided. Erika's poise was praised by several as proof of TPUSA's togetherness. Others witnessed manipulation. The picture of serene faces in the midst of political chaos became a symbol in and of itself. A movement that was fighting to stay afloat despite the cracks in its base.
Lynching.
Charlie had a knack of telling you what to do, not asking you. And so the first time I met Charlie, I drove him and his then girlfriend Erika to the airport. And he grilled me on Aristotle, American history, Plato. And when I dropped him off at his terminal, he gets out of the car and goes, I don't want you to go to college. I want you to come work for me at Turning Point USA. So I took a day to think about it. And
Its base. In time, the days that followed, the strain was only heightened by McCoy's own quiet. With each question left unanswered, adoration turned into complicity as the walls of allegiance closed in. Mike is the one who made the call. McCoy? Mikey McCoy was not well known outside of conservative circles prior to the tragedy. But at Turning Point USA, he was regarded as the quiet operator and the one who made things happen behind the show. According to his colleagues, he was a persistently efficient individual who transitioned between security, logistics, and personal coordination with the ease of someone who was born into order. His being close to Charlie Kirk was no accident. For years, McCoy had supported him, making sure the movement's public image remained composed and unwavering. Interview 5.59/6.20. However, McCoy's tale goes beyond the realm of organizational discipline. He is the son of Pastor Rob McCoy, a prominent member of the evangelical community in California and an independent political influencer. Godspeed Calvary Chapel, the chapel of the elder McCoy, has long been a gathering place and a place of worship. In support of conservative activity. Mikey's ancestry positioned him not only in the sphere of political influence, but also in a network that crosses religious, ideological, and impact. According to reports, McCoy's experience comprises internships, advisory positions with veterans outreach organizations, and little exposure to the military. However, unsubstantiated allegations of intelligence connections have come up again and time again in internet debates. Despite being unfounded, these rumors acquired popularity following the video of his actions during the shooting went viral. Experts note that McCoy's composed response, his prompt phone call, his Meseret departure, with the measured accuracy of a person who has been taught to handle crises rather than respond to them. For his supporters, this poise is evidence of self-control under duress. His detractors interpret it as an indication of something colder, either premeditation or detachment. The disparity has come to represent the whole story of Turning Point, a movement founded on certainty that is now collapsing under uncertainty. Legal experts point to McCoy's ascent from an example.
A lot of little lies being told, right? Charlie gets assassinated, and the very people who were threatening him reputationally and financially are now trying to memorialize him as having died as a friend of Israel. Okay, challenge accepted. All lies will be revealed, and we're going to help reveal those lies.
Reports indicate
From an example of how tragedy alters. Perception is the anonymous assistance given to a national figure. No villain is created by the general public. As one commenter put it, it looks for symmetry, and Mikey McCoy became that mirror. Calm in the storm. Whether seen as a devoted tactician or a quiet mystic, McCoy is now at the convergence of mistrust, politics, and faith. A man whose words are more powerful than his record. Candace Owens unleashes a can of worms. The story of Charlie Kirk's death had started to fade by late October, but Candace Owens rekindled it. She made rumor into reckoning in one audio broadcast. She spoke in a scathing, purposeful, and surgical tone. She urged her millions of fans to watch the video again. When his employer bleeds out, why does Mikey McCoy look away? The query cut through the fog of conjecture. Owens broke down the video frame by frame. Her remarks are reverberating on various venues. She asked about McCoy's poise, his choice to leave, and his prompt phone call. Then, in a direct challenge that changed the topic of the conversation, she sought his call logs from interest to charge. Inside hours later, her program was overrun with video.social media posts associated with a single expression, interview.8.52/9.17 according to reports. Owens went even farther, suggesting links between McCoy's family history and what she called deep state infiltration. She mentioned the political connections of his father, McCoy's purported affiliation with security consultants, as well as the TPUSA leadership's.
The video, without going way into it, is by, I can't even remember the guy's name. Someone made a video that is attacking Mikey, Charlie's friend, Charlie's chief of staff, a guy all of us know, a guy who we've seen on the show here the last few weeks. They are attacking him, claiming, based on a few seconds of clips, that he allegedly has like a nonchalant or calm reaction to Charlie's murder.
Leadership's unsettlingly silent posture. There's something wrong with this, she said, and someone inside is making sure it doesn't add up. If it does, her remarks were more than just commentary. In a matter of days, independent journalists, fringe investigators, and political analysts had taken notice of Owens' presentation of the case. Each started going over information that authorities had long avoided. The timeline of the call, the lost video minutes, and the inconsistencies in the initial assertions. Legal experts referred to Owens' strategy as populist prosecution, utilizing popular indignation to call for accountability outside of the purview of official systems. However, facts in the court of public opinion blurring rapidly with passion. Still unspoken, McCoy became a scapegoat and a symbol, an individual characterized by his absence rather than his proof. The irony was startling. Although Owens asserted that her discoveries revealed darkness within Turning Point, they also made it deeper, transforming the inner circle of the movement into an echo chamber of suspicion. No mystery had been solved by Candace Owens. When she had opened it, a flood of stories that would turn out to be impossible were released. Must keep inside the echo room. Leadership reportedly shut down communication behind the scenes. Employees were told to put off answering any questions from the media and to refrain from speculating. However, sources report a different mood, bewilderment, incredulity, and a silent rush to locate a single voice to spearhead the response within private group discussions. Soon, that voice will come out. Interview.11.03/11.26 Charlie single quotes SDEF. One of the movement's main media architects and long-standing Charlie Kirk show producer Blake. Neff was the first to speak in public on a live stream, less than 24 a few hours later.
He's dead. It's official. It's from the COO of Turning Point, who just tweeted out, "Dear Turning Point USA family, it's with a heavy heart that we, the Turning Point USA leadership team, write to notify you that earlier this afternoon, Charlie went to his eternal reward with Jesus Christ in heaven."
One faction.
He presented the incident as a spiritual conflict rather than a security lapse. He commended Mikey McCoy's poise and described his behavior as a trauma reaction that any person would experience. Then Neff said, "Charlie didn't fall for nothing," a statement that would make conservative headlines. To the end, he stood for truth. The story immediately struck a chord with Turning Point supporters. Kirk was presented against chaos as a martyr and turned into a symbol. Hours later, the company's digital Neff's words were amplified across platforms by ecosystem. However, analysts also observed a change from transparency to control. Legal professionals have argued that rather than an unplanned outpouring of grief, the quick uniformity of messages indicated a planned media confinement strategy. Fox News was informed by former employees that internal documents placed a strong emphasis on narrative. Self-control and avoiding conflict. Meanwhile, there was increasing conjecture on what actually transpired between the call, the gunfire, and the moment Mikey was shot as Pastor Rob. McCoy's public remarks became incongruous with previous TIMINGs. Once a tool of influence, the echo chamber now served as a shield, stifling criticism and turning grief into devotion. Reviewers characterize it as a masterwork in damage control under the cover of religion. However, beneath the coordinate rhetoric, cracks started to appear. A few insiders wonder why the truth appeared to be hidden behind reverence, and why so few voices were permitted to speak. One question remained in the ensuing hushta: was there fear or loyalty behind this unity? The civil war on the internet. According to reports, a single clip 15 seconds of shaky footage was the catalyst for the turmoil. Video that an unidentified user who claimed to have attended the gathering posted. Kirk was seen on camera feigning, McCoy turning and holding a phone to his ear. It was sufficient. In a few minutes, the story started to change. Interview 13.30/13.56 according to one group. Kirk's murder was not an accident, but rather the result of his execution for remarks he had made days prior that were critical of Benjamin Netanyahu's management of Gaza. According to
police, that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said,
According to another, the hit was connected to the unreleased Epstein files, purportedly linking prominent conservatives to foreign intelligence services. Some went further, accusing Kirk of knowing too much and connecting the incident to Mossad and the CIA. Analysts explain this is an example of digital amplification from a textbook. A real event, a real silence, or a piece of truth serves as the foundation for widespread hysteria. A layer was added with each repost. Each response strengthened the appearance of proof. Fact-checkers tried to step in. The Wilder allegations were refuted by websites such as Sportska and the Intel Esquiv, which confirmed that there was no concrete connection between Kirk's shooting and any intelligence organization. Corrections, however, seldom spread as quickly as conspiracy on the internet. The movement had already developed into a movement by the time platforms started, designating content as deceptive. Full-scale conflict over culture. Once a minor player in conservative politics, Mikey McCoy rose to prominence. He was seen by some as the devoted assistant who made an effort to preserve his instructor. Others saw him as the man on the phone just after the shot, the traitor. His every move was broken down frame by dozens of YouTube creators. Parsed by voice analyzers, his call logs, and amateur investigators connected his family to non-existent deep state networks. Legal analysts noticed something quieter behind the commotion. A more profound breakdown of have faith. What started out as a tragedy probe turned into a vote on belief in general. The facts were irrelevant now. The narrative did. Truth was no surprise in this new digital battlefield. It was a decision. Additionally, Mikey McCoy had emerged as the star for millions of people who were scrolling late into the night. Emblem of all they fervently wished to believe but were unable to prove. The twist of Tyler Robinson. According to reports, Tyler Robinson, 22, was taken into custody in relation to Charlie Kirk's shooting death on September 10, 2025, during a Turning Point USA event held at Utah Valley University. The scenario was described as chaotic by the authorities. A moment of joy gave way to bewilderment and fear as Kirk appeared to have been shot and collapsed on stage. Robinson was captured in Orem, Utah, a few hours later after being recognized by surveillance footage and eyewitness reports. Since then, prosecutors have accused him of various weapons charges: aggravated murder and obstruction of justice. Interview 16.26 16.42. Court records examined by CBS News and the Economic Times indicated that Robinson was a student at Dixie Technical College, enrolled in an electrical apprenticeship program, and had previously attended Utah State University. Despite early internet accusations that he was a member of the organization's security squad, officials said he had no official job record with TPUSA or its affiliates. Investigators have not yet revealed a obvious motivation, while case-related sources pointed out that Robinson had posted political grievances online, including what they described as intense ideological hostility toward Kirk's public stances. Legal experts contend that Robinson's arrest sharpened the investigation's focus, moving it from conjecture of internal defection to a more comprehensive analysis of the political climate surrounding PUSA. Social media accounts that had previously blamed insiders like Mikey McCoy began analyzing Robinson's past within hours of the disclosure. Posts under the tag were timelines that combined confirmed court developments with unfounded speculation about government infiltration, intelligence connections, and ulterior objectives. Court records reveal a more somber and subdued background behind the commotion. Robinson's defense group has sought for limitations on courtroom cameras, expressing concerns about dangers to a fair trial and media bias. In the meantime, prosecutors are constructing what they describe as a meticulous case based on witness corroboration and forensics, implying that the probe may potentially change as more evidence is examined. Ultimately, Tyler Robinson is both the guilty and the cipher, the individual at the heart of an incident that shattered public confidence and changed the definition of a movement. His silence now has the same weight as the unsolved issues that still haunt the country's screens, regardless of whether it was motivated by ideology, opportunity, or something much more personal. Silent Night. The night that destroyed Turning Point USA was months ago, and yet Mikey McCoy has not spoken a single public word. No interviews, no remarks, no explanations, not even a denial. His full and purposeful silence has taken on a life of its own, one that discusses control, power, and calculation. Yes, we were taking a plane from Maine to New York. He said, "How many states have you been to?" After glancing at me, "Well," I responded, "I think 2. "Well, I'm going to change that," he said. "I'll make sure you reach all 50. I've hardly traveled to 48 states and 6 countries since then." I had the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to travel with him and them. According to reports, McCoy is still well ingrained in TPUSA's fundamental organization, despite the rumors that have been swirling about him. Verified leadership listings from late October 2025 show him still serving at a top level, this time alongside Erika Kirk. According to insiders, the two work together to manage donor relations, strategy, and communications for a large portion of the organization's everyday activities. Defined as a continuation period following Charlie Kirk's death. This ongoing presence, according to analysts, is no accident. To some, it denotes faithfulness rewarded. The group is disbanding in order to maintain order in the midst of chaos. They contend that McCoy's silence serves as a professional cover, refusing to support a story that is more emotionally driven than proof. But to others, it smells like something else. Insulation is the taciturn assurance of someone who knows more than he is permitted or willing to express. Rumors continue to circulate within conservative media. McCoy's movements are described by unnamed sources as deliberate and tactically constrained. He reportedly stays away from important public gatherings and only for confirmed interactions, and keeps an almost continuous online presence. Legal analysts point out that this kind of behavior is similar to crisis management techniques frequently employed during ongoing internal investigations, such as control quiet as a survival tactic. His symbolic absence from the public eye reflects the movement's internal hollowness and external loudness. The formerly flaming, the underlying energy of TPUSA has faded into ambiguity. Its members are divided between suspicion of treachery and faith in legacy. And at the middle of that division sits McCoy, the man who neither confirms nor denies, commanding the stage by refusing to go on to it. The quiet becomes more solemn, almost ritualistic, in this environment of delayed truth. Discipline for supporters. For doubters, it's confession by omission. However, it serves as the same eerie reminder for everyone in the audience. There has been no news from the man at the center of the maelstrom. And maybe the story lies in that stillness. So what does silence mean? Unspoken guilt or protection? The truth may still be out there, but only if we keep asking the proper questions before it's too late. Leave a comment below with your opinions. Thank you for viewing. See you at the following one.